We don't like to take risks when it comes to security.
And internet banking is no different.
With the Bendigo, on top of our usual login details, we've got a security token that generates a new PIN every time you log in.
So even if someone does get our login details, they still can't access our accounts.
So if you'd like extra security when you're e-banking, there's only one bank you need to know. You need to know the Bendigo.
Welcome back to the Geelong Cricket Show. As our personality of the week joins us, Danny Hughes, a man who has really done it all in the world of sport, football, cricket, and he really is an outstanding contributor to our great game of cricket. Danny, it's been a wonderful journey for you, but let's turn the clock back a little. Where did it all start for Danny Hughes? Because there is what I'll call the Hughes dynasty out there in Lara Land, isn't there?
Yeah, Dad's played for, seems like forever, and with three younger brothers, there was a lot of cricket out in the backyard and that sort of stuff, so we've always had a bat or a ball in our hand.
And speaking of father, good morning, John. Now John, in his own right, he played. I know he played footy down there at the Geelong Football Club in the under-19s and the reserves, and he's been a wonderful stalwart out at the Lara Cricket Club. And one of his prides, one of his joys, is the fact that he's curator of that magnificent ground out at Mill Road Reserve, where you've had in recent years the new Legend course. Grass put down on it, and last season you hosted the grand final out there. I still think the Lara is good enough still to be hosting the grand final. This season, I think you'll agree with me too, John, East Belmont Cricket Ground is not up to GCA First 11 standard, but how have you found the changing ground conditions at Lara?
The ground's absolutely superb to play on. I haven't seen East Belmont's lately, but by all reports it's not in the ballpark of our ground, but that's the GCA's decision. But you won't find a better ground in Geelong than the Lara ground.
And just on that point, GCA, the chair is here. You're more than welcome to have a representative come in and talk to us and explain some of the situations in relation to how you arrived at the decisions relative to ground selections for finals. Because the whispers that are going around town, and Rollo doesn't like whispers, like to deal with facts. And like, for instance, one of the whispers that are going round is that Torquay and Lara weren't considered for grand final outcomes because they were too far out of town. Come on. They're not far enough out of town to be able to be played during a home and away series, but come grand final times, too far out of town, come and talk to us and tell us about it. The seat's there, you're more than welcome. Danny Hughes, your cricketing career continues to blossom. This year you've had another stellar season. Do you think, what do you put down to your consistency of performance?
Oh, just with my job at the moment, I can get to training on time and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a very good team around us, a lot of young kids, which keeps I'm one of the older blokes in the team. It just keeps us going and, just enjoying the game, playing with me two brothers and a couple of cousins and, some of my best mates. It's enjoyable going to train and it's enjoyable going to play every week.
And one of our colourful characters has joined us in the Geelong Cricket Association this season, out at Lara, Christopher John Banbury. Tell us a little about Christopher.
Oh, where do you start? He's a very good player. Some of his antics on the field and off the field give the boys a bit of a laugh, but he's a very good player, and look out for him in the finals because he's one of the best players in the comp.
Now, a couple of rounds ago, you picked up 9 wickets in an innings. Who was your fellow bowler, or was it a run out that cost you the 10?
No, my cousin Jason, who's had an excellent season, he got the first wicket, and I kept bowling from one end and Banbury bowled from the other end, and he didn't look like getting a wicket, so it made it a little bit easier because the wicket was doing plenty. It made it a bit easier to get the wickets from the other end.
And then in a couple of other occasions, I can remember a couple of rounds before that, you crunched out 124 off the bat. So, this all-round ability you've got is sensational as far as Lara and Geelong cricket is concerned. You must be very proud of it.
Yeah, I am. I've had a really good season, and it helps when you bat and bowl because if you don't get any runs, you might get some wickets the next week or vice versa. So, no, you just do your best every week, and that's all you can do.
Now, Lara have finished in the top 6, and we'll talk about that in our next segment as far as the finals review is concerned. But where do you think the key factors of Lara's development to be able to finish in the top 6 in Division 1 First 11 cricket has been this season?
I think our probably 3 or 4 better players have had really good seasons, but we've got a lot of juniors coming through. Josh Smith's only 17. He made 35 against St Joey's, batting at number 3. But yeah, probably our better players have had really good seasons and probably taken the young guys, along with us. So in the finals, hopefully the better players can stand up still.
And one thing you've got out at Lara is, you've got it's called the Lara Sporting Club, but you've got a great supportive community. I think of guys like Johnny Spears. Good morning, John. How are you, mate? No, he stood up very loud and strong at the GCA when they were talking about finals allocations grounds. But a great sense of community around the Lara Sporting Club and in fact the Lara Cricket Club in that regard.
Yeah, we have a lot of support every week. The first finals played at Lara where we're playing, so there'll be heaps of people there, and we get really good support every single week.
Looking at the individual career of Danny Hughes, what have been some of your highlights as far as individual performances are concerned?
Well, playing with my brothers, playing with my father in the first 11. Made a couple of hundreds at Lara, which is always great, big crowds, and probably to get me first 7 wickets in the first, which a few of the guys ribbed me about. I've never got 7 wickets before in an innings, and a lot of them had, so they used to give me a heap of ribbing, but I'm finally in their 7 for club, and they can stop ribbing me now.
And the 9 for club as well.
Yeah.
Danny, over your career so far, which you've still got plenty of time left in, is some of the better players that you've played with and against is always a good perennial question we like to hear from the great players around our association.
I think at our club, Ben Patrick and Matthew Plowman are probably a couple of the best players I've ever played with or against. Playing against the bowling, I think Graham Harper stands out. And for an all-round ability, the 2 Kittle brothers are probably high on my list of the best players I've ever played against.
Yes, Rod and Darren. And Danny, you're making a new career move as far as your future's concerned.
Yeah, the day after the grand final this year, I go into the police academy. They're letting anyone in. That's what everyone's been saying. But no, it's time to get a real job and grow up a bit, I suppose. But support the wife and pay the mortgage. You probably have to, get a career, and I'm really looking forward to the next challenge in my life.
Well, it seems a lot of our play. Peter Quick he joined the force. Darren Kittles, he's also joined the force, and now Danny Hughes is making an important step in his career. Danny, thank you again. We wish you all the very best in your own career. Of course, I must ask the question: going into the police academy and then turn the police force. Hopefully that won't interrupt your connection with Lara.
Hopefully not. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but if I can, I've given up footy, but if I can still play cricket, I'll be right to play, hopefully.
One of our sporting greats in the game of cricket here in the Geelong Cricket Association, a man who, as I said at the beginning, to me, is an unbackable favourite for the 2007-008 Jack Singh Medal for the best player in the Geelong Cricket Association. He's had a stellar season, and he still has got the final series to come with his beloved Lara Cats in the GCA.
We wanted a green home with rainwater tanks, solar power, solar hot water. It's really strange. The Bendigo is the only bank which will give you a loan, which is an incentive to help the environment. The Bendigo actually reduces the interest rate for environmentally friendly houses or products. So, if you want to save money and the environment, there's only one bank you need to know. You need to know the Bendigo.